Peace, it's your man DJ KNS back again with another beat video. This week we're gonna do something a little different. I was on YouTube checking out one of my fellow creators, E, at No Fraud Productions 7641. I was looking at his Sneaks and Beats series where he actually takes and talks about a specific shoe that's near and dear to his heart, and it inspires him to make a beat. This particular video, which I will link in the description, he actually flipped the Jerry Butler sample from the 1969 album, The Ice Man Cometh. Now, when I seen that, I was like, yo, I have that album in my collection, but I never actually touched it. So I started listening to the album. I heard some familiar samples flipped by the homie Floyd the Locksmith, as well as the late, great J Dilla. So I decided, why not take the same sample that Dilla flipped and see if I could put my own spin to it. So let's get that sample in Serato DeeJay, let's sample it in the machine, and let's see if we can make some heat and make Dilla proud. All right, y'all, like I said, we're gonna sample this Jerry Butler sample off of the 1969 album, The Ice Man Cometh. Your boy J Dilla flipped this crazy on the Donuts album, so we're gonna see if we can do it some justice. So I got the sample loaded in Serato DeeJay. Let's go ahead and sample that joint in and see what we got. Let's treat me bad. All right, so we got the sample in here, so let's just edit it real quick. First things first, you know, I gotta normalize it. And then we'll go ahead and start editing. Let's treat the band. All right, so let's go ahead. Let me see how it loops. Let's treat it. Let's treat it. All right, perfect. So now that I have that looping the way I want it, and like I said, I'll just get the loop to make sure I have the ins and outs correct. But now I'm gonna go ahead and truncate that, right? Because the next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna chop this in 4 pieces. So we're gonna go ahead and split. Let's go to slice. We're gonna go to split 4 pieces. Okay, so we have that right there. We're gonna go ahead and apply this. All right, so now I have these 4 chops. I made a copy of the whole sample and put them on these 8 pads because I'm gonna chop them manually. But first, what I wanna do is I want to tune it down. So we'll do this. We'll do it that speed right there. So let me go ahead and deselect, and then I'm going to show you how I'm going to chop this. All right. All right, so we have that all chopped up, right? So now we got to come up with a pattern. But before I come up with a pattern, I want to come up with a drum pattern first, just so I kind of have some rhythm to go with, right? So let's go ahead and load some drums. All right, I went ahead and loaded some drums. So I have this hi-hat here, the shaker, wood block, open hi-hat, 2 different types of kicks, and a snare. All right, so this is what we're gonna do. Okay, cool. All right, so let's go ahead and 16 level these shakers and we'll give it a little movement with some velocity swing. All right, cool. So let me go ahead and neaten this up and then we're gonna extend it to about 4 bars and then let's see if we can come up with a pattern for the sample. All right, so we're gonna try and do like an 8-bar pattern. So let's see if we got it. All right, cool. So we got that, right? So let's see if we can make another chop, like a B section. So let's do that. All right, so for this pattern, we're gonna use the 8 chops, right? Before we used the 4 chops for the other pattern, this one is gonna be the 8 chops. So let's see what we can come up with. Cool, so we have that. I'm gonna actually change a few notes. I'm gonna show you what I did at the very end because I hit the wrong pad at the very end. So let me change that really quickly. All right, so I went ahead and changed a few notes and this is what it sounds like. All right, so now that we have those 2 pieces, right? Let's go ahead and see if we can make a bass line for each section and then we'll go from there. All right, so I loaded up the J bass from Contact and I put a filter on it and we're gonna see if we can make a hot bass line. So let's do it. All right, so that works for me. So let's go ahead and see if we can make a bass line for the other section. All right, cool. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna tighten that up, right? And then we're gonna create like a little intro and put the drop in, all right? So let me do that now. All right, so for the intro, we're gonna do a quick 2-bar lead in. We're just gonna use this one sound as the lead in, and then we're gonna put the drop on. You'll see what I'm talking about.
Hey, yo, KNS, drop it on them, drop it on them. Hey, yo, KNS, drop it on them, drop it on them. Hey, yo, KNS, drop it on them, drop it on them.
All right, so now that we have that, I'm gonna chain everything together and you're gonna hear it in song mode. All right, y'all. So I got everything arranged in song mode. We got the 2-bar intro, and then we have the 2 sections that are 8 bars each. So let's go back and forth and see how it goes.
Ooh, it's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be crazy, fellas. It's gonna be crazy now.
Hey, yo, KNS, drop it on them, drop it on them.
Yeah. What y'all think of that, man? You know, Dilla is the greatest. Let's not get that confused. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not trying to see if I can make something better than Dilla, but I definitely want to make something dope like Dilla. So let me know what you think in the comments. Let me know if you think this is a dope recreation of the sample that Dilla flipped for Donuts. Let me know if you hear a certain artist on this type of beat right here. And let me know if you would have chopped it differently. You know what I'm saying? Holla at me in the comments and let me know. I'm dying to see what you guys think. But anyways, make sure to comment, like, subscribe, and hit the bell notification so every time I upload a new piece of footage, you'll be the first to know. Make sure you check out the website, djkns.com, and check me back next week for another beat video. And with that said, KNS out.
Hey, yo, KNS, drop it on them, drop it on them.